It's time to practice your handshake and spice up your resume because the career fair is near. Hello, I'm Kirsten McDonald.
And I'm Callie Montana. New research found that childhood hunger is rapidly increasing and it's happening right in our backyard. We have all this and more coming up on LTV News, where the action never stops.
Hello and welcome to LTV News, where we bring you everything from 20th and Olney Avenue, Philadelphia, and the world.
There's a lot to catch up on the next half hour as our co-producer, Caitlin Pages, sits down with one of the project managers from Enactus. So let's hear the buzz around campus.
LaSalle University announces a major schedule change, effective come fall 2018. These changes arise as a result of faculty and students requesting adjustments to better accommodate student activities such as athletic practices. This new and improved schedule allows for a full 15-minute break between courses in order for students to have ample campus travel time. Here's the catch. Quote, there will need to be a culture shift away from considering Fridays off. End quote. The schedule revisions also adds more courses available for 75-minute blocks, 2 times a week. In fact, this style will be the default setting. This means that most courses will be offered in 75-minute blocks. 50-minute Monday, Wednesday, Friday courses will still exist, but only when academically necessary. For more information, check out LaSalle Portal for a full rundown. You can be found under the Student tab in the registration section.
Are you a student struggling to find a job? LaSalle's Career Center wants to help you. On Thursday, October 5th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Career Center is holding a Fall Career Expo for undergraduate and graduate students. Employers will gather in the Tom Gola Arena for students who are seeking full-time jobs, part-time jobs, and internship positions. The Fall Expo features job opportunities for students of all majors. So bring your resume and get ready to find a job that's best for you.
You could be LaSalle's most eligible bachelor. Get ready for our very own bachelor called D for Dude, presented by Delta Phi Epsilon. D Phi E is looking for participants. Participants must be male and affiliated with a student organization at LaSalle. Sign-ups can be found on LaSalle's portal, and auditions for D for Dude run from September 25th until September 29th. All selected nominees will be required to raise at least $150 for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation by October 20th. Participants will be put on a website containing their dating profile, along with independent links for donation for the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation before they hit the stage. D for Dude is in the Trumark Financial Center on Friday, December 1st at 7 p.m.
LaSalle students are making their mark across the globe. Enactus is an organization dedicated to investing in students who take entrepreneurial action to create a better world for us all. Enactus has its very own LaSalle chapter. Caitlin Pages got to sit down with one of the project managers, Victor Foon. Let's check it out.
So Victor, tell us how you got involved with Enactus.
Well, in Enactus, a lot of my friends were a part of it before, so I sort of just roped into it, like, hey, like, can you come to this one event with us? And then it was sort of just started like coming and coming, and then I just became a part of it, and it was like really fun so far. Yeah.
Very cool. And now you have a leadership role with the organization, right?
Yeah, I'm the project manager of Project Open Minds, which is one of the projects we do as a part of Enactus.
Okay. And what is Enactus? What do they do?
So Enactus is an entrepreneurial organization. So basically, they have a bunch of projects and stuff that helps like the community basically. So if you have an idea that can help the community, you can come to Enactus and we can help plan it. So basically, we have 3 projects going on right now. We have the project I'm a part of, Project Open Minds, where we hold the competition at LaSalle and at high schools, where we give the students a prompt and they help think of innovative ways to solve the prompt. So it helps them think about innovation. And then we also have the Green Project, where we go to greenhouses in Philadelphia and help like fix them up and make them sustainable so they can grow vegetables. And we also have Project Tanzania, where we work with Dr. Mashamba to help make a library in Tanzania.
That's very cool. So it sounds like you have things that are very Philly related, and then it extends further. Would you like to talk more about that? Like, is that specifically how it's run at every university, or is that what LaSalle's spin on it was?
Well, yeah, Enactus is an international organization. So I think at our chapter we do it differently, where we try to focus on like local and big picture. So yeah, I think that because we're international, we help try to do things international, but we also try to keep it like close to where we are.
Okay, very cool. And how does, because you mentioned is an international organization, how does its mission compare with LaSalle's mission?
Well, like I think a big part of Enactus is trying to help the world and trying to change the world and make it better. So I think that fits in line with LaSalle's mission of like doing service and like helping the community, because I think every project as a part of Enactus has that goal in mind. Even though it's an entrepreneurial organization and seems very businessy, a big part of Enactus, and the reason why I joined Enactus is because of that service like orientation, like trying to help everyone around you.
Okay, very cool. And so what is your major? Because you're not business, right?
I'm a computer science math.
All right,
major.
how has that helped you with Enactus in general? And everyone's not necessarily business. How does that help make the culture and the organization more diverse and bring different ideas to the table?
I think a lot of it is like the problem solving, because computer science and math are very like, here's your problem, try to think of a solution. So I think trying to like approach all my problems in Enactus and extracurriculars with that approach kind of helps like clean everything up. So it's not like as cluttered and not as stressful to just think of it as like, this is what we need to solve and like, how can we solve it? So I think that helps with Enactus, yeah.
Very cool. So I know a little bit about the organization from other people on campus, and I know that you go to different events and like large gatherings of all different chapters of people from Enactus from different universities. What are those like? Have you been to one? Can you give us a little insight on that?
I haven't been to one, but I've heard a lot about them. So basically, a part of Enactus is presenting what you've done to the other chapters. So I know last year we went to like the national competition, so we were amongst like the best Enactus chapters in the country, and we basically just present, here's what our projects are up to, and here are the kinds of things that we've done, and here's how we've helped people and how many people we've helped. So that's also a big part of Enactus, is being able to present everything you've done and tell the world basically of how much you've helped.
Yeah. Who comes up with these ideas for the different, like the different countries or different like issues that you want to face? Where do these ideas come from?
That's the really cool thing about Enactus, is that these ideas mainly come from the students. So if the students have a cool idea of, hey, this is how we can help the community, they can come to us and be like, here's my idea, and like here's how we can solve it, and we can make them a project manager and give them a team to help like bring their idea to reality, you know?
Very cool. Now this is going to be a pretty personal question, but when you graduate from LaSalle and you have all of this great background with Enactus, how are you going to continue this service? Are you going to like, do you want to maybe like travel and see firsthand the difference that you guys have made, or do you want to continue it? What's your plan with that?
I definitely do want to continue like what we're doing, because it's like really fun to be able to help others and then see how much you're helping. I haven't personally thought of like ways to do it, but I think traveling, like you said, that'd be like really cool. But I definitely want to continue what we're doing and like this idea that I'm carrying through Enactus and my other organizations, and like keep it going after I graduate.
Very nice. And what's a project that maybe you're trying to get started now, or are your 3 projects like just like taking up all your time, or is there anything in the works that maybe you'll start next year or next semester?
So basically we're trying to expand on the 3 projects now. We're listening to students now. If they have cool ideas, we'll definitely take them. But right now our goal is to make our projects bigger, because we have like a solid foundation in the Green Project and in Tanzania and Project Open Minds, and right now we just want to apply it on a bigger scale.
Okay. Awesome. And what's a type of person, like what characteristics does someone have that, or generally has, that makes an Enactus member?
I think a lot of it comes with communication skills and being able to talk to people and be able to like pitch your idea, and as well as like just to go to nationals and tell everyone how your idea went. So I think a good part of it is being able to say what you're thinking well. But I think above that, Enactus uses like all kinds of skill levels. Like for example, we have a digital art team that helps make flyers and help promote our events. So I think like regardless of your skill, if Enactus is something that interests you, we can find a way to like use your skills to help us.
Very cool. So combining entrepreneurship as well as service, it sounds like an awesome opportunity for students to get involved in. So thank you so much for sitting down with me, and we got to learn a lot about Enactus today. Thank you.
Thank you.
So Kirsten, I know your mom is the dean of the School of Business. What is her take on this organization?
She absolutely loves it. It's students getting involved not only at the school but around the globe. It's a great initiative for students, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's very
fascinating.
cool.
Yeah. Alrighty, so that is time for our first commercial break. But when we come back, we'll tell you all about SEPTA and the City of Philadelphia's new construction plans. Stay tuned.
OMG, join LaSalle TV, it's the place to be. What we got is what you need. Come and follow me on a trip through the campus with my squad at the Union and the Union. See my man's Todd at the call on the hammers like a savage. He be on the camera like 1, 2, 3, action. Makes it sounds back to back and that's a fact. D1 sports we never lack. Calm center, almost there, north to south. Man, that walk is never fed. Passing Basil straight to Newman. See some kids and tell them join the crew. As he enter the studio with the new recruits. LaSalle TV, enjoy it near you.
LTV News, where the action never stops.
I love watching LTV News. I love watching LTV News every Sunday at 10:30. I love LTV News producer Dave Roberts.
Before I go to class on Monday mornings, I watch LTV News at 8 a.m.
I love watching Kirsten and Callie on LTV News.
Tuesdays at 10, we watch LTV News.
Hey, I'm Eddie Dunn, host of LaSalle's favorite TV game show, Q&A. Do you know that LaSalle TV is an entirely student-run organization? Probably, right? Do you also know that I happen to know all of the words to Eminem's Rap God? It's crazy, right? It's like 6 minutes. I'm not going to do it here, but just trust me that I know the words.
Welcome back to LTV News. The way people get around the city is about to look very different. SEPTA and the City of Philadelphia have planned 7 major transportation projects for the next few years. Having already transitioned from tokens into card payments, the transportation service is also planning to begin construction on new infrastructure. This includes a new regional rail line that runs from King of Prussia to Center City. The plan changes also extend the Broad Street line to the Navy Yard. On top of these ambitious plans, the city is also looking to make commuting safer by adding bus lanes to Roosevelt Boulevard and more protected bike lanes on major streets. The plan also proposes building a park over I-95 and down to Penn's Landing, along with a safer trolley station. Perhaps the most arduous of these tasks is, however, Amtrak's plan to completely transform the neighborhood around 30th Street Station, an idea expected to double the station's visitors by the year 2040.
The Motor Voter Act, effective since 1995, has made voting registration easier for thousands of Americans. But has it made it too easy? The state of Pennsylvania has found that hundreds of legal but ineligible immigrants have been able to register to vote due to a PennDOT glitch. When registering for a driver's license, there is an option to also register to vote, prompting voter registration to increase. The option to also register to vote was prompted through kiosks for legal immigrants, who, although eligible for a driver's license, are not eligible to vote in the government election. It is estimated that about 220 illegal voters have taken part in an election, despite the glitch. Analysts believe that no election results have been altered due to these numbers.
Childhood hunger in North Philadelphia more than triples. Research from the Children's Health Watch found that, quote, between 2006 and 2016, childhood hunger in North Philadelphia has more than tripled among families where parents work 20 or more hours a week, end quote. Marina Chilton, Director for Hunger-Free Communities, found in her research that North Philadelphia's childhood hunger average is far higher than the national average. The U.S. Department of Agriculture reports that 1 in 6 U.S. children struggle with hunger. Chilton's research reveals that number is closer to 1 in 4 for North Philadelphia children. Chilton says this is a shocking and problematic problem because working-class families cannot thrive in Philadelphia. The research parallels the growing food insecurity among the children from all areas of Philadelphia. Philly is the poorest of the 10 most populated U.S. cities.
A new project is in the works to create the first homeless shelter that will allow both people and their pets to stay under the same roof. According to the nonprofit organization Pets of the Homeless, between 5 and 10% of those who are homeless in the United States are accompanied by their dog or cat. People are typically turned away at shelters in Philly when they don't want to leave their pet behind. This new shelter will not just be exclusively for people with pets, but it will function as a regular shelter where animals are also permitted. Stephanie Senna, creator of the project, has already raised over $30,000 to keep the shelter in operation once it is open, but fundraising still needs to be done to buy a shelter. And the Philadelphia Animal Welfare Society, also known as PAWS, is a nonprofit organization dedicated to saving animals. I got the chance to visit. Check it out. Nearly 22,000 dogs and cats are homeless, abandoned, and unwanted in the city of Philadelphia each year. PAWS is trying to reduce those numbers and make Philadelphia a no-kill city.
That means that every cat and dog in the city who can find a home, who has an illness that's treatable and manageable, has a home and isn't euthanized simply because there's no space.
PAWS is a nonprofit organization and does everything in their power to find thousands of homes for animals each year.
Our goal is to make the process simple. We do have an application just to make sure that the pet will be going to a safe and loving home, and we discuss pet ownership with folks to see what their experiences are, see if they want to learn more about what we believe pet ownership is all about, and also offer them resources.
I'm going to name her Pepper, and I'm going to name her Salt.
Have you guys ever adopted a dog before, or is this your first time?
First time. But we still going to give them both love.
PAWS is 100% donor funded and is always looking for donations.
Anything that they feel they have to donate, they can always call and ask if we need it. We have a wish list online as well at phillypaws.org/donate.
If you are interested in adopting, you can visit phillypaws.org to find out more information. For LTV News, I'm Callie Montana.
The Philadelphia Fire Department held its first annual 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb recently. The event is held throughout the country to honor those emergency responders who lost their lives on September 11, 2001. We sent our reporters out to Lincoln Financial Field to see how it went.
Philadelphia is extremely proud to host the first inaugural 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. This is something that just showcases and symbolizes what the city of brotherly love and sisterly affection is all about.
We, of course, have a pretty close bond with the FDNY. A lot of members of our department were actually working in New York at the site of the Trade Center after the event.
Money raised today will support those families of the 343. It will also support the programs from the National Fallen Firefighters Foundation, who have a mission of not only honoring each year the firefighters killed in the line of duty previous years, but a continued mission of making sure that everybody goes home at the end of the day.
Basically, it was just a bunch of guys doing their job that day, you know, and sometimes people think that they did something exceptional, but they were doing what they were there to do. It's my belief they wouldn't have had it any other way.
Yeah, the name badges actually are after all of the New York City firefighters who perished on that tragic day in 2001. So, for instance, I knew Jack Fanning, the badge that I'm wearing. Everybody is walking and doing the stairs in honor of somebody who lost their life, one of the firefighters who lost their life on 9/11. We're climbing because they climbed.
The audio tapes suggest that the firefighters never got above one of the floors up in the middle 70s. So we are completing that mission to the 110th floor for them, in honor of them.
How did they accomplish that task? You know, one crew made it up to 78 floors. I mean, that's amazing. Their drive and motivation to do that in that attack.
He worked the pile for 3 months. His best friend was killed on 9/11 and the towers collapsed, and he ended up raising his children. This is his best friend, so we make sure this is his third 9/11 stair climb this month.
Oh, wow.
We did Richmond, we did Roanoke, and we just did this one. He did all three and carried his tag, and then when we get done, we send his son the tag. His son lives in New York City, so we send him the tag every time. I do stair climbs around the country. Every year I try to do 4, and I try to go places I've never been. Obviously, this is Philly's first one. I work out all year round in the gym in this equipment on the Stairmaster on a treadmill, so I can do this.
We have registered as of this morning 305 with some walk-ups, and we're looking at, last night we hit $36,000 raised. Next year, Philly, we're going to blow this up.
If you would like to find out more about these events or even donate to the cause, visit firehero.org and search 9/11 Stair Climb under the event tab. All right, Kirsten, that just gave me chills, that video.
I know.
Beautiful, right?
Absolutely beautiful, and that little boy is 8 years old, and he did that stair climb.
Just fantastic, and all that heavy gear, I don't know how they did it.
Yeah.
I give them props, because I probably wouldn't have been able to complete it.
Absolutely. All right, coming up after this last break, we have the latest on the natural disasters devastating the globe.
It's learning how to code or make video games and websites.
Not only can you post videos online, you can make your own.
It's learning about leadership.
Together we are Tech Girls.
Welcome back. Crews are still digging through the rubble in Mexico, hoping to find more victims after a 7.1 magnitude earthquake struck on Tuesday, September 19th. Mexico City hasn't seen this powerful of an earthquake since 1985, and that ended up killing thousands of people. If one wasn't bad enough, 2 more hit Mexico on Saturday, September 23rd. The first one came in the morning at 6.1 magnitude, while the second one hit with a magnitude of 4.5. Thousands of people are currently homeless, and the death toll currently sits at 318. Donation opportunities can be donated on the Mexican Red Cross website.
Hurricane season has not been kind to the Atlantic. 6 hurricanes have formed in the last 4 weeks and have devastated the Caribbean and much of South Florida. The latest storm, Hurricane Maria, has claimed 19 lives. The Category 5 storm touched down in Puerto Rico on September 22nd. As a result, more than 3 million people on the island lost power. The storm also passed the island of Turks and Caicos, soaking up the island with high waves and winds up to 125 miles per hour. Maria's path is expected to lose steam significantly, but could potentially make its way up the East Coast and touch down in the Carolinas, particularly in the Outer Banks.
And Toys R Us, a popular American toy store, has declared bankruptcy. The retailer has recognized some poor investments that have hindered them financially over the past decade. The company decided that declaring Chapter 11 bankruptcy is best for them moving forward. Filing for bankruptcy allows Toys R Us to lose $6.5 million in debt. With the financial savings, Toys R Us hopes to enhance both their website and their Babies R Us brand. They will be adding more products like cribs and other furniture that are less likely to be purchased from online competitors, such as Amazon and eBay. In the meantime, the toy store has already started hiring their holiday staff to prepare for the shopping season.
Divers off the coast of Belgium came across sunken German U-boat submarines from World War I. 23 bodies were also discovered inside the submarine. Belgium officials have stated that they will not release the exact location of the submarine so that looters can't get to it. In fact, there are more U-boats out there to be found. 18 U-boats were stationed in bergs between 1915 and 1918. 13 sank, but only 11 wrecks have since been found.
President Trump attended the United Nations General Assembly in New York and met with foreign leaders. Trump made a speech targeting North Korea. The president issued more sanctions and said, quote, "If we are forced to defend our country or its allies, we will have no choice but to totally destroy North Korea," end quote. Later, Kim Jong-un threatened another missile test.
On the home front, the president has also been trying to get the new GOP healthcare bill passed. Republican Senator John McCain said last week he would not support or vote on the bill, which made President Trump call the senator out at a rally in Alabama on Friday. At that same rally, President Trump mentioned the growing behavior of NFL players who kneel during the national anthem. The following day, Trump tweeted out, quote, "If NFL fans refuse to go to games until players stop disrespecting our flag and country, you will see change take place fast. Fire or suspend," unquote. Many NFL teams have released a statement responding to President Trump's words. Each team also has responded to Trump's words differently on Sunday during the national anthem. Many of the NFL players and coaches locked arms to show a sign of unity. Other teams like the Tennessee Titans and Seattle Seahawks, Pittsburgh Steelers, did not even leave the locker room to stand for the national anthem.
Well, that just does it for this episode, but be sure to find us on the web as well as the rest of LaSalle TV's Facebook page. We love to hear your thoughts, so tweet at us using our Twitter handle and start the conversation.
If you missed the scoop and want to see it, you can find out episodes on YouTube on our LaSalle TV Philly page. Until next time, for Callie, Caitlin, and the entire crew, I'm Kirsten McDonald. Thank you for watching LTV News, where the action never stops.